Hello everybody, this is Brand. Welcome back to my solo commentaries, these English commentaries of the match WoongJin Stars versus SKT1 in the Pro League, the Winners League, played February 16th, 2009. This is set 2, and in this set we're going to be seeing Zero for WoongJin Stars going against Fantasy for SKT1, and Zero, the Zerg player there on the left, Zero has just come off a very impressive win in set 1 versus one of the best players on SKT1, one of the best Protoss players in the world, one of the best players, period, in Pro StarCraft. And Zero had very impressive play there, and as you can see, this is a very important match, as I mentioned before, and SKT1 is throwing out the big guns here. They threw out best in Game 1, Fantasy in Game 2, Zero. Okay. So yeah, they threw out best in Game 1. He couldn't get the job done against Zero, and now they're throwing out Fantasy. Here we see that the Zerg player Zero is spawning as the purple Protoss in the lower right, and that means we're going to have the Terran player Fantasy. He's going to be the green Terran in the lower left. So yeah, Game 1 was a great game that Zero managed to take through some very impressive play, very impressive strategy, and this match is going to be on Coliseum 2. I'm not sure about the statistics for this map, and I apologize for that. I believe it's probably, I want to say this is probably a Zerg favored map, and actually no, it's probably a Terran favored map against Terran. Just because of the ledges make it just so difficult for the Zerg to really, attack the Terran's position on this map. It's a very easy map for the Terran to defend, and now we're seeing the split first-person views. So yeah, this is a very important matchup for both these teams. As I mentioned, best could not win even a single game for SKT1, and that is not good because SKT1 is a team that everyone expects just to do much better than they are. They are on the cusp of making the playoffs right now, and if they want to make the playoffs, they really need to win this match right here versus the WoongJin Stars. And the thing about it is SKT1 has got 3 really good players. You just saw one of them lose to Zero, and you're seeing another one on the right here, Fantasy, and they also have Bisu. And after that, it gets pretty grim for SKT1. And they were really going to need a strong performance from Fantasy and from Bisu if they're going to take this, I believe, because pretty much after Bisu, it's pretty much Hyuk. You go best, Fantasy, Bisu, and then Hyuk. So pretty much a big drop-off, I guess, between their number 3 and number 4 players, I would say. I don't even really know if he's a number 4 player, but I do see him play a lot in the Pro League for them. I guess probably because it's their best Zerg. He has to play a Zerg at some point. So yeah, this matchup right here, we see Fantasy scouting the wrong direction first. He's scouting the upper left, no doing there. And we're going to see the drone scout actually 4-0 going to get in here and find Fantasy's base fairly soon. It looks like Zero has gone for a 9-pull there, 9-pull with gas. Going to get some early Zerglings. SCV is going to scout. Oh, good block off right there. Very, very good. Great timing from Fantasy. Getting up that supply depot just before the drone's able to get in there. So Zero's not going to have a scout on Fantasy's base, and Fantasy's not going to have a scout on Zero's base for a while because he sent his SCV to the upper left and the upper right. Finally, it's going to bring his SCV down, and we'll see if by this time if Zero manages to block his ramp or anything. Or it looks like he's not going to be able to. The spawning pool is still not up yet. So the SCV scout probably still going to get in there from Fantasy and is going to be able to see basically what Zero is up to. And there you see Fantasy repairing that supply depot there. And ooh, putting down his expansion. And yeah, this is one of the reasons why I think this probably is a Terran favored map. They can just throw up that wall there, and they can pretty much just go for that protected expansion right there, right above their natural, with really complete impunity. Not having to worry about it getting harassed whatsoever. It's going to be a while before the Zerg can put any pressure on there. And a very early layer, yeah, layer going right up for 4-0. So I didn't actually see if he put down another hatchery. I'm assuming he did. I can't imagine that he didn't. Yeah, okay. So he might have actually even gone for that hatchery first. This is probably a 12 hatchery build, and I'm really bad and really new at this, and probably totally missed the 12 hatchery going down there. So my apologies if I missed that. My apologies if I make any blatant errors in these commentaries. Just trying to feel my way through these. So yeah, there is the expansion going up for Fantasy. Second base already down 4-0. So pretty much identical builds, not identical builds obviously because it's a Terran versus Zerg, but similar economy builds for both of these players. And we do see a second Drax going up, probably an Academy soon to follow. So that basically tells us that Fantasy is going to be going for Medic and Marine build. Not really a good map for mech. It's too open. It's too big a map to really maneuver your glass around well. And we see the Spire going up for a 0 and a second gas, so probably going to see some 3-hatch Mutalisks coming down to try and harass the Terran player. And I think that's a good strategy on this map. I think that's really what the Zerg player needs to do on Coliseum 2. They need to go for that 3-hatch Mutalisk build, and they basically just need to contain. It's there to harass and contain and keep the Terran back while they establish their base. And that's what he's doing right now. He's going for a hidden expansion, not somewhat hidden, in the upper right at the 2 o'clock position there. So Zero is going to try and get some Mutalisks out. He's going to try and harass Fantasy's economy. Going to try and keep him back, and then we're going to have to see what he decides to do from there. I think at this point, Fantasy's strategy is fairly well established. We all know what he's going to do. He's going to put down a 3rd and a 4th barracks. He's going to get some Marines out. He's going to get a bunch of medics. He's going to eventually get science vessels, couple siege tanks, and do the standard Terran M&M thing versus Zerg. It's a very, very standard, very tried and true build. You get about 1 million science vessels up in the air. You're ready to get the crap out of everything. You have your hydralisks. I'm not your hydralisks. What am I saying? Your siege tanks to take down any sunken colonies and really outrange the Zerg units, and your medics and marines just tear through anything. You also get the siege tanks, to kill lurkers rather, that's what I'm saying. To kill lurkers, and your medics and marines just rip through Zerglings, they rip through Hydralisks, they rip through Mutalisks. It's it's a very good strategy for the Terran player. What's going to be interesting to see is what Zero decides to go for with his 3 bases, and here we see the Mutalisk Harass coming in, Fantasy trying to get turrets up. It looks like he does have turrets in his natural and in his main. He's got his medics and marines going around, so he's going to be able to fend this off pretty well, and that's okay. Obviously, Zero needs to, he wants to do some economic damage, excuse me, with these Mutalisks, but if he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. He just needs to, very good 2 SCV kills, 3 SCV kills, 4 SCV kills, 5 SCV kills there, it looked like. He loses a Mutalisk in the process, but that's pretty good right there. That's what he wants to do. He just wants to slow Fantasy down. There's a scan going off, so, he gets to look at the main. Nothing really too surprising there. Evolution Chamber going down for Zero. All he wants to do is make sure that Fantasy can't push out anytime in the near future, and he's not going to be able to. It looks like he's trying to attack these missile turrets up here at top. Takes down 1 turret. Going for the 2nd missile turret right now. Kills a good Marine. The SCVs are parent turrets, so good reaction there by Fantasy to keep his natural safe, even though he did lose about 4 or 5 SCVs at his main. Alright, so yeah, I'm really have no idea exactly what kind of strategy it is. Okay, he's going for the missile turrets here again. You're not going to really get anywhere with that. Yeah, so, okay, he's going for him again, but he's still got the, I don't know, this is well advised. Oh, but he does get 2 more SCVs. I would say very good Mutalisk Micro by Zero, and I really do not know what he's going to go for. Okay, he's going to go for the Fast Hive. This is something that we've seen more often, and I think Jaedong, or some would say Haya, but I think Jaedong really made it more popular, just going for this Fast Hive, using the Mutalisk Harass, not to build up an army of lurkers really, or not to try and do anything like that, but just to try and get a Fast Hive and just go for some really fast tech, because what the Zerg really needs to deal with this Medic Marine build and the Science Vessels is they're gonna need Dark Swarm. I mean, they just need the Dark Swarm and Cracklings basically to fight.